just get in out of this weather. Oh, right then. I suppose you all want to hear a story now, don't you? Now let's see. Where were we? This one should do. Let's see, where were we?
Okay, apparently I've got it set to come to the farm. So for some reason at the moment, I must put the wrong book in. But yeah, I've given them a farm, got them some animals through, brought some animals down from the surface above, through that little hole, which completely poisonous, by the way. Really, really toxic. The animals up there surviving on just a single bit of health, so yeah, I don't think the government are going to want to try coming across from that way if they ever do manage to find this world somehow. Building a nice food supply, well, nice supply of meats for the essentials and such. Got a farm going here. Inside the cave, so I had to light the whole place up completely just to get anything to grow. Yeah, that should be the basics of everything covered there. Got a nice little building set up here for setting up as, yeah, well, as a little hut for any potential farmers that we might find. I pretty much set up a chunk of places for people, a chunk of potential businesses for people, and then if they want to take that place, they've got somewhere to work from and to sleep as well. Got a bank over here. Not everyone's going to want to be able to store their money or currency in whatever form they have it on their person. They're going to want somewhere to keep it safe. And that place is here, Paradise Bank. You see, service desk. No one currently serving there, but yeah, we'll find someone. Little area I've been using for crafting. Hook back to spawn for anyone that does want to visit here and then go to somewhere where they're going to be relatively safe, somewhere they're going to know. Make sure no one gets caught here. Let's see. This is my nice creation, well, nice build anyhow. It's the Holy Nest of the Broodmother and an orphanage. Broodmother is sort of like a deity, you might say. When I was a young child in the factory I was sent to, I came across some old old texts in the rubble of an area that was being worked on. And I kept them, I studied them for many years. Unfortunately, they got taken away from me by the government at one point, and so I've had to rewrite them down onto fresh paper for all to read. Still word for word, but couldn't be viewed by people otherwise. People aren't going to know of it. It's possible there's other followers, but I've not met any yet. Perhaps just a secret society working in the darkness. Working in the background, so. Yeah, simple church. Nicely lit. A couple of lecterns there for a priest to make announcements and such from, give preachings. Just the basics. Alright, first book of the two that I've managed to get written down for people to share and read is Book of Brood Teachings. Many years passed, in the days before technology, magic, or intelligent bipeds. The dragons, the oldest of creatures, were ruling the lands. The most ancient of these found twin children at the base of her mountain, among the woodland border, and she felt pity, and took them in. They were young and unknowing of themselves, still capable of learning and bettering the rest of their species. She used the powers of nature to unlock their minds to potential and understanding. This done, she named them Tia and Matt. Tia and Matt were greatly in tune with nature, it seems, and the magic worked far beyond expectation. Perhaps the elements of nature had placed them there for her to bring forth a new future. These children would be her brood, a brood that would grow to become many of the people we know today. The rest have become the darker source, and they shall be spoken of later. Dragons are said to impart the truest wisdom. These are the words Mother taught Tia and Matt to live by. 1. Knowledge is power. 2. Sight is not always seeing. 3. Do not seek to control. Power will come if earned. 4. Shiny has power. 5. Help is where it's needed. 6. Spread your hoard for a greater return. 7. Everything has a cost. 8. Scales are there to protect you. 9. A fire burns hottest in vengeance. 10. Mother will always protect her brood. And so, the children were brought up with these set in their minds. They were taught how to survive, many knowledges, and the basics of magic. This was all learnt by the time they came of age, and as any mother knows, this is the time to release them to become as they will. So she gave them provisions and armour made from her ancient scales to protect their soft skin. With that, she took them to the forest border where she first found them, and returned them to the care of the nature spirits with all she had taught. Tia and Matt grew and produced many good-hearted, strong generations. This caught the notice of a black dragon named Govern. He had been exiled from Dragon Society, scarred, wings torn from him, and his magic bound. He saw the power these creatures could wield and control. It drove a passion in him to regain what had been taken because of his criminal ways. He went into the wilds and stole a few babies to teach his ways. These trunk children, grown in darkness, taught only in darkness, have left a mark in this world, and are the origin of all the evil beings that have ever infiltrated society. Followers of the brood mother should seek to end this evil where they can, and end governed mentality in the world. And that is the Book of Brood Teachings. The second book is the Book of Mother's Visions, Mother being the dragon spoken of previously. A darkness more horrifying than a void filled with a frost that shames the icy touch of death. That is the heart that has sat forever unbeating within the returning form of the cursed dragon of shadow. Those were the last words of the 12 dragons who sacrificed themselves to lock him away at the end of time. As he fell towards the boundary between worlds, he broke his form, stole an eye from each with their spirits bound within. The broken form at the end of time piled and oozed, a shell hardened, waiting around the shell. The remaining shadow split and grew, reshaping to mimic the creatures that had been taught the magic of dragons. They were wrong, but right. Imperfect creations, not matching the original shapes, but infused with the stolen eyes, they could pass through existence unknown, conducting the will of their masters and building his control while he grew. The power the eyes gave were a cursed sword. They could pass and touch where they wanted, but to be seen by themselves or by others brought out rage. They should not be seen or their mission fail. Creatures killed for what they saw, fleeing from their reflections in fear of their own deaths. Their task to infect and radiate the master's mentality into the world, preparing its populace to accept its new leader and destroy the balance held by dragonkind. As eons passed, the dragons diminished, moving out of sight of the world. The creatures grew with a dark cloud guiding them, corrupting the future. It was now that the shell cracked. A small black form crawling out to spread its new wings. The fragments of the shell it powered and used the sparks of its growing magic to form them into crystals. Placed onto towers, they acted as gathering points, collecting the dark energy from the world, converting it to a source to feed the hatchling. Its rebirth multiplied the dark effects its servants were putting into the world. This in turn multiplied the energy being collected for feed, each empowering the other. As the beast grew quickly, soon it was more powerful than it had ever been, and the world ripe for the picking. Half the world following his example, the rest crushed, submitting to them. But this cycle would have to continue on till the day his servants could locate a place of magic, created by the binding that had locked him there, and place the eyes, once restored, into a stone. With this, the barrier could be broken, freeing him to rule all under his domain. But for now, all he could do was wait and grow ever more. A shelled creature opposing the dark with the true path of dragon light shall end this cycle with metal of flight. Then the darkness shall be shelled once more and left so forever more. So long as the dark taint be removed from the world, peace may once again return, with freedom to the life that lives upon it. Then a paradise shall truly exist. Until that day, I shall continue to watch my children, offering direction where power is no longer able to help. Mother. Those are the words that she left for us to follow and carry on with. Make sure that light remains in the world and that governmentality is removed. Right. Up here, the orphanage. A nice little box here for donations. I swear I had a sign here saying donations, but put one down in a bit. Yeah. What safer place for children to stay than under a place of worship, where they shall be watched over forever and kept safe. Yeah. Now, doors. Doors. Right. So you see, set up for quite a few children. currently no children in the prisoners that were found, but with all the atrocities that the government's done, I wouldn't put it past them to have more. Odd texture. Looks suspicious. Now, still not much here at the moment. Chest for putting toys in and such. Every child deserves a toy. Here is the reception office for it, so that carers can make sure that children are taken care of and no one intrudes upon them, and that if someone should come along wanting to adopt a child, then proper forms are filled in and such to make sure the child should be safe. Another great thing about this place is nicely no mobs spawn. No hostile mobs spawn at all in this area. Above ground, in these caverns, the only place that has any mobs of any form is a rather awful nether fortress that's somewhere around. I can't remember where. There's probably more than one. But yeah, even then the only monsters that spawn are from the spawners. Welcome sign for people. This is roughly where it's supposed to arrive, where the book is supposed to bring them. I'll have to switch that over. Box for town renovations and any donations that people visiting wish to make. Always nice to have support people, make the town build up. Got a set of stairs here to lead down to the main village area. Got a nice fountain for decoration. And so I'll follow the path. Not here. Right, more path to make. That's right, it was a naturally spawned path. Over here, fishing supply shop. Nice little water here. Nicely scenic. Who wouldn't want to just stand around and do a bit of fishing, get some food, make a nice bit of relaxation. Over here we have the general sales area. Got enough space for a few people to sell their goods. Most likely to be just sort of tools and equipments, maybe the odd weapon or such, bit of armour. Here we've got the forge, place for a blacksmith to set up and work. It's anvil, lava, water, make sure it's suitable for making any sort of thing you'd need them to. It's got his little resting area here, so he's not too far away from the forge at any point. Should he not want to go anywhere, of course. Right, let's see. Over here, tavern. Hollowed Hill Tavern. Every village deserves somewhere to get drinks and such from. Nice little fireplace. Plenty of seating. Should be more than ample. A few little hidey holes for if you want a secret rendezvous for some reason. Secrets. Dark secrets. Nice secrets. All sorts of secrets. It's got a nice ice wall around the fireplace. It doesn't melt. But snow wall or ice wall, I can't remember. Go around there, it doesn't melt. Quite handy. Got a nice cool look and everything. We've got a couple of drinks up there. That's just to show what's on offer. The rest of the drinks are produced down here in the basement. Again, everything needed to set up some decent brewing. Chest for keeping all the extra supplies in. Still need to put the brewing stand down here just to make sure they can, obviously. Let's see. Over here we have the mayor's office. Yep, mayor's office. Because obviously a village of this size would need a mayor of some sort. Yeah, damn you doors! Here's the receptionist's room. Plenty of space if a queue happens to build up for some reason. Don't see why it would, but you've got to be sure. Terminal for her to keep notes on. Or him. Her or him. Around here. Waiting room. Mayor's a busy person, but people might need to see her. Can't just have them standing around waiting. Place for the magazines to go whilst you're waiting, so you've got something to read. And then up here, Mayor's office. Nothing grand, just a nice simple room. With books of learning, writing desk, chair, and a rather nice lounge for well, outdoor area, just for gazing over gazing over the village and pondering things. And that is a way up to the private VIP seating lounge for the arena.